When you look at countries like US, people who have built one sort of organization and they're known for certain thing, they are less likely to be trusted in something else. So for example, if Apple, who's making phones, people trust them because they've shown consistency and competence in phones. It's less likely for them to start selling salt. People will question them.
Not really. They would not question. In fact, if you look at the history of US, they're exactly built that way. One company used to do everything. Right?
Like today, do you think they do that?
No, they don't need to, because the markets are deep enough for them to not focus, to be focused.
So you think the conglomerate thing, but okay.
So trust, concentration of trust happens in low trust societies.
In India, it happens.
So because you will trust like 20%, 20 people, 30 people contribute to 90% of all Bollywood revenue or entertainment revenue. And then you will see super apps happen in low trust countries. It doesn't happen in high trust countries. You do not see large conglomerates emerge in low trust countries or whatever. But if you go back in past, US also has all of these three things in the past. Because as a society found trust in the institutions, right? For example, if you have a bad fall at a cafe, doesn't matter what the cafe brand is, the government will protect you versus you thinking about your own protection. Because the institutions are very built for large scale, automatically trust comes in everything, right? So what happens is, for example, if you go to LA, every restaurant has to publish the certificate of their grading from the municipality on the door. Big sign, ABC. अगर हमने ये टेस्ट को एकदम solid कर दिया and we mandated this to be kept on the door, all the C वाले तो बंद हो जाएंगे ना. Let me give a different example. Let's say हम दोनों एक LED साइन की कंपनी बनाते हैं जिसमें हम सब रेस्टोरेंट के रेटिंग्स को एग्रीगेट करेंगे ऑनलाइन से और उसको रेस्टोरेंट्स को बेचेंगे कि जो साइन लगाओगे इट्स एन एग्रीगेशन ऑफ ऑल ऑनलाइन रेटिंग्स एंड customers can now trust this sign because it's truly aggregation real time with AI to give you the rating before you enter the restaurant. आप चल रहे हो, आपको दिख गया rating. So let's say now we go to restaurants. Which restaurants will buy and which will not buy? Any guesses?
Of course, the ones who have high ratings.
Correct. Now तो जिसका rating नहीं सही है उसके पास क्या choices है?
या तो ये लगाए नहीं या तो
लगाएगा नहीं. अगर लगाएगा नहीं तो business कम हो जाएगा. फिर choice है improve करने का. तो या तो फिर improve करेगा तो मर जाएगा. But would you agree that in 2 years average restaurant quality will go up?
Yeah.
That we experience? It's as simple as that.
But I was asking from a point of view of, do you know any large company which has done multiple things and have been trusted across sectors in US?
It's so many examples, right? Like you might think, but for example, Michelin is a guide for restaurants and also a tire company, right? So they are trusted in both the things. It is what normal is. For example, Costco is a company, most people buy their private label stuff, right? And they take the membership and buy their pulses. It's a retailer, right? So it's very common.
Okay.
But conglomerates work in countries that are not deep yet, right? For example, let's say अगर country 30-40 trillion का हो गया, तो just building cheese company will build you a unicorn.
Fair.
खाली एक ही चीज. But let's say if the country is not deep and Amul doing protein, this, that, everything will make sense because you trust them to get that category right. But if that was the case, we have not built many of the brands that have come in the recent past, right? So what you will see, trust will start happening in multiple categories, right? Now you've seen celebrities who've done protein have doing well, very well actually. And you would say कि आपका क्या background है protein बनाने का? But that's not how trust works. Trust often works basis this. For example, let's say if I recommended a book right now, it'll be bought.
Yeah. Because they trust you.
Because
Your
you trust.
thoughts.
So there is something that trust comes in very unique ways. But for example, I give some kind of a workout routine. You may not trust. Although it's not that I will not know about it, but you will say, यार ये तो नहीं लग रहा है, इसका तो सिक्स पैक नहीं है, तो इसकी बात क्यों सुना? Simple.
So how do you trust? Like, who are the trustworthy individuals and who are not?
It's very simple. People who are trustworthy within their org also. It's not outside. It's very rare to find somebody who's trusted outside when nobody in the team trusts them. Trust starts in the building first. For example, let's say people ask outside, is Raj trusted person? But already news होगा, आपकी टीम बोलेगा लंच पे डिनर पे बोलेगा अरे यार वो बहुत अनएथिकल आदमी है. If they said that, it's unlikely that trust outside will exist because this news spreads very fast.
Yeah.
So any behavior that is non-trustworthy in nature is content. We talked about gossip before. ये best gossip है.
What type of person you've learned to never trust, even if they're successful?
I mean, I don't think it works that way in a simple term. You can trust them for different things. But for example, let's say when you're trying to trust in investing in somebody, right? You're looking for how forthcoming they are when they are confronted with something. Let's say when you tell them, आपने ये बोला लेकिन ये है. If they justify, go roundabout versus saying that no, you're right, that's not true. But let me explain why I said that. And you buy that. So you'll see very clearly that people who can be trusted long term. Other example is, let's say your team members. People who are not fast at giving you bad news, but fast at giving you good news. Eventually, you will always have to watch your back with them. But their behavior must be a function of how you react also. If you are a terrible reactor to bad news, कभी भी नहीं आएगी bad news आपके पास.
True.
But if you say, it's okay, solve करते हैं, और 2 दिन के बाद उसको समझाया कि यार नहीं हो सकता ये. But that time if you react like a hyper emotional person, you will never get bad news.
So you feel...
Think about our relationship with parents. Like, who are we going to give bad news first? Or who are we not going to give bad news? Or are we going to give bad news to our parents?
It's based on the trust.
Or the reaction
they have given over the time. So you feel you can trust a person who accepts and reacts in a better way?
No, I
versus
think
people who deflect?
No, trust, I told you the 4 components cause trust. I'm just saying there are multiple traits that you feel... Okay, what is trust? Your ability to be vulnerable around somebody or something. That's trust.
थैंक यू सो मच ये क्लिप एंड तक देखने के लिए. अगर आपको और भी ऐसी क्लिप्स देखनी है तो राज शमानी क्लिप्स चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए.